Shalom, friends, and welcome to episode, what are we, 12? 13? Of
13, I
Resubbed?
think.
Something? Baker's Dozen? Or just regular dozen? Either way, thank you for joining us here on Resubbed, the World of Warcraft podcast for casual players. My name is Raymond. Joining me today is Michelle, my great co-host, who's cold. She's got a beanie on because it's cold up here in Northern California. And a friend of the show joining us again, our good buddy Hedge. Hedge, say what's up.
What's up?
Yeah, that's right. Hey, so we got a show for you folks. No pleasantries this morning. No niceties. No, hey, how's it going? Talking about the weather, because we have a brand new expansion to talk about that we've all had good amount of time in. I've had a little bit less time than I wanted to, but hey, that's what happens when you're a casual player. Real life happens. So, but my awesome co-hosts here have spent some significant time in Shadowlands, of course, is what we're talking about. That came out a few days ago on Monday. Wait, it's good to say what date it is. Oh, it's the 29th, people. We are a couple days out from American Thanksgiving, still recovering myself. And also we are 5-6 days worth of Shadowlands, right? The 6 days. We are day 6 of Shadowlands, and yeah, let's jump right in. The first question that I wanted to have answered from you guys, you seasoned casual players, is Shadowlands worth it? Hedge, you haven't been here in a while. Let's start with you. What's going on? How's your trip into the afterlife been?
I really like it. I was always excited about it, but you see it for me, like on YouTube, constantly people saying like, oh, the PvP is broken, this is broken, like all these just negative things about it. But I've been really liking it so far.
Yeah.
Did you answer the question?
Is it worth it? Is it worth the price of
I think so.
Your first child
is worth
to
it.
have this experience?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. 100%.
Michelle, how are we feeling? First impressions. You've been spending, I think, more time than, I don't know. Hedge, have you hit the level cap already?
No, I'm only 59, almost 60.
Michelle's the mad woman over here. She got to 60 within a day and a half.
60 the first day,
Oh,
didn't
less than a day.
Ridiculous.
Day and a half. Come on.
Ridiculous.
Come on.
By comparison, her co-host here is at level 55. Just hitting 55 6 days later.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, worth it? Are you satisfied with your purchase?
Yes. I said this to you, I don't know, like a day or two ago, and I mentioned this to a friend of mine also who was playing, that anything pre-Shadowlands doesn't exist.
Dead to you?
It's dead to me. That's exactly what I said in guild chat. It is dead to me. I don't care about anything pre-Shadowlands.
How about that? Are you sure you don't want to go back and get the horrific visions achievements, Michelle, at this point?
No.
You and I?
I'm good.
Come on. It'll be so much fun.
I don't even want to go back. Like, honestly.
Why not that?
So what I like a lot about Shadowlands is the intro. They did a really good job at introducing you to each zone. And so far, Maldraxxus is probably my favorite because it's chaotic. It's so crazy. You get in, you're like, what is going on? But it's super cool. Like, it was fun, right? It wasn't boring. The reason why I thought it was fun is because they kind of just throw you in there. You're in the action. And did you do it yet?
Yeah, I know. I'm there right now. So I literally left my my paladin like right at the edge of like a quest zone, so that I know like that's where I need to be. Like as soon as I log
so you
right
did
in.
the intro though.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
For Maldraxxus, and
it's awesome.
It's awesome.
But they did a really good job at letting you try the different class abilities per covenant. And it makes it easier for you to decide on who you want to choose. And then towards the end, when you're done with all of the achievements, they remind you, they're like, okay, talk to the representatives for each covenant, see what they're all about. You get to try on, you see what you look like in the gear, you see the mount, you're like on the mount. You look at the class abilities, they tell you what they can offer, and then you choose which covenant.
Wow. So they give you
awesome.
I haven't reached that point yet. So they give you a full blown like review on, okay, if you go here, this is what you get.
It's a quest. You have to talk to them.
That's cool.
And then you decide, right? Then you finish that quest, and then he'll ask you, so which covenant do you choose, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's great. Like, you're like, okay, like now you know what the mount looks like and how you are, like you can mount it. Like you see, you have the preview, you see the gear, and you're like, shit, it sucks that you can only pick one at this moment in time, but you can switch. But it's like, dang, like it looks super cool. The one thing I don't like about it though is that if you are a collector of mounts like I am,
you're locked out.
You can't use the specific class mounts.
Mm-hmm.
But if you farm mounts, of which we can talk about later, because I got 3 mounts like within 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually 2. One I got earlier, but you can't use the class mount on all of your other characters. So if all of your characters are all, say, what do you call it? Carrion, then all your characters can use that class
Carrion
mount.
Yes.
But
so if you had rolled them all in the covenant, but the way that we're playing, that's not going to be the case.
No. So you can't use that mount, but it's okay because there are so many other Ardenwild or Bastion mounts that you can get that you can use. Then there's the Maw, and the Maw is actually pretty cool. It's grindy, but it's not like BFA.
Okay.
They put a ton of elements into it. Like there's something called the Eye of the Jailer. And if you make enough noise in the Maw, you get the Eye of the Jailer, and there are tiers. So the tiers reset every day. So say if you get tier 5 and you can't do anything in the Maw because you're just being chased by the jailer.
What does the eye do to you?
So there are tiers, right? So the first tier, I've only hit tier 2. The first tier, you get shot at.
You're talking about a literal tear coming out of an eye that falls on your character, and it adds a debuff?
There's something. Well, so
that's a joke.
Got it. Sorry, I'm just so into this. Anyways, so you're getting shot at by something, and you got to pay attention. So he's shooting these things. They're actually chains, and so if you're in this, it's like a glowy white thing on the ground.
Okay.
If you don't move, you'll get chained to the ground.
Does it kill you?
No. You just get chained. You got to get out of there because then he'll send his
people after you.
So that's the first tier. The second tier, I don't remember what it was, but do you remember I told you about this? I was fighting something in the Maw with another alliance, and then all of a sudden, one of those, I call them the Angels of Death. I know.
Oh, right. The Forsworn or Mossworn.
So one of the Forsworn came down and grabbed that alliance character.
Cool.
And I was like, holy shit. I'm just watching this happen, and he's going super slow, and I'm like, should I do something? What should I do? And I'm a mage, right?
So I'm like, okay,
you know what? I'm gonna just kill it, right? Exactly. Take my phone out and just like, guys, look at this.
TikTok's gonna love
this. So I helped him. I shot it down, and I helped him, and he said, thank you. But I was like, holy shit, is that tier 5? Like, should I not,
Yeah.
So what's happening is when you're in the Maw and you're doing these quests because you have to
save souls, right? That's the whole point.
You're saving souls. You're getting soul ash. You're getting Stygia for the broker, which we can talk about the broker another time because you guys are not there yet. But you're getting Stygia. You're farming Stygia for the broker to get these things that will help you in the Maw and or Torghast.
Okay, so similar to kind of like the horrific visions is like you kind of get marginally more powerful so you can spend a little bit more time getting more stuff.
Kinda, yeah. She gives you she'll give you these things that you can use. There's a cipher of relocation. So like if you're like in the middle of the Maw and you can't get to her or you don't want to because there's so much happening, or you're on tier 5 of the jailer and you don't want to get caught, you just use the cipher and then it sends you back to her. But there's only, I believe,
it's like a Hearthstone.
Yeah, but there's only 5 charges, so you have to buy them. Yeah, exactly.
So it's like some resource management there as well, and you kind of have to
spend your
there's a certain amount of game to play there, like a mini game, to maximize your time to make sure that you get what you need out of the Maw.
Yeah,
that's what
I'm
saying.
Then so she also sells stuff for like your gear, and like there's like a legendary thing that Like there's just so much. Like you can't really like you can do one whole episode on the
Just
jailer and the maw.
different. Oh, that's cool. And we might have to. We should do an episode.
Broker and the maw.
It's just the broker and the maw sounds like a tale. Fable.
So
The broker and the maw.
I saved Bane, which you guys will.
Oh,
good for you.
So,
spoiler alert: Michelle saved Bane. We haven't.
So you guys will get there, but right now what I'm on is I'm trying to do this quest that's for I forgot his name, but it's called Ashes of the Tower, and I have to collect almost 1,300 soul ash to get the rune carver out.
Oh, cool. And then that's going to start your whole being able to craft legendaries at that point.
Yeah.
So the rune carver. Yeah, man. Yeah. So Michelle is.
And that's it for today's show.
Michelle's in the end game right now. So she'll be soloing all these Castle Nathria in just a few weeks from now, apparently from her freaking like progress. For me, like I said, I'm on level 55. I actually didn't get a chance to play at all on launch day, which bugged me just because I had real life stuff I had to deal with. But throughout the week, I've been able to play a little bit slower pace, but I've been doing the whole, I read all the quest texts. I look at everything that I can, and I am loving Shadowlands. Like, it is so refreshing. It feels fantastic.
I also did, just FYI. I didn't rush through it. I watched every single cutscene and I read everything.
It's great. And you don't have to have, as far as being worth it, 100% worth it. And you don't have, this is an awesome time to jump into World of Warcraft because you don't need to know anything about the backstory. Like, it's just like watching The Mandalorian or something, and you're not watching any Star Wars. You can still very much enjoy The Mandalorian for what it is. And then they leave little Easter eggs or little story notes behind so that you can, if you want to, take the time to go research it and read up on the information on these characters. But they do such a good job of just introducing this brand new dimension. It's the afterlife. It looks so amazingly distinct. And you're right, Michelle. Anything pre-Shadowlands, all of Azeroth, I don't give a shit. I don't care what's happening in Stormwind. I don't care what's happening in Orgrimmar. I don't care. All I want to be in is in the Shadowlands. And the design of this place it blows my mind how beautiful it was. I thought BFA zones were gorgeous, like in their own right. This is something else entirely. You're in a completely different fantasy at this point. And I've only been to the Maw.
I was gonna say.
I've only been to the Maw. I've been to Bastion, and I've been to Maldraxxus and Oribos, the city.
So you haven't even seen Ardenweald.
No, and all those places I just mentioned are 100% like distinct from each other, and yet they are still so very much connected by a theme, and it's so well put together. Like I told you before, like I like the individual BFA zones, like Drustvar and and what was there? Not the desert, not Vol'dun, but
Stormsong Valley.
Yeah, Stormsong Valley. Like I like the individual zones.
I like that one.
And even the not the orc, but even the horde side, I like their little individual zones too. But there's no cohesion in all of them. It's just like they're just awesome looking zones that are just kind of there, and doesn't feel like this is like.
That's what I messed up about that.
Yeah, there's such a great storyline going on through all of them. Yeah, they're all connected. Dude,
all of them are connected.
Flying from Oribos, the main city, to any other places, and you go through that light like tunnel, that pathway. It's just like, oh my god!
Oh,
so
have you fallen yet?
No, I haven't fallen.
There were like 100 of us in Westfall. What's stupid about it?
You guys were in what? Oh, you guys all fell, and you guys fell into Westfall?
We were falling for like 5 minutes. Like something stupid like that. And I'm like sitting there. I told Robert, I was like, oh, so this is what I read about. Because I read about it prior to, like literally right before it happened to me.
You fell.
And then I was like, I saw some other people falling too. It was so funny. And I was like, oh, so I'm not the only one. And then as soon as I landed, there were like hundreds of us just chilling. And then there was a portal that someone else, because I was you're like, do
you guys want to go run Dead Mines? Or since
people were like, is there a mage here that can portal us to Oribos?
I have to kill you all, and you guys will all end up in the Shadowlands.
We couldn't get to our body. right?
Yeah.
Because we were floating.
Yeah.
So the dumb part about it though for me was that I was already in Bastion. Like I was already right there by the flight master.
And then somehow you fell.
And I froze. I couldn't get off. I was like, why am I frozen? And then all of a sudden I'm like,
I saw some, there's some little bit of jank here and there too that you can tell they're going to be polishing up in the next, probably on the next maintenance patch. But there is a part where you're supposed to run across a lake of fire or something like that. And then the icon, they're supposed to have a debuff that's supposed to say, oh, you're not allowed to mount up in this area for various reasons. Yeah. And then they put on this weird generic icon that says, error message, cannot mount, or something like that. Like, oh, okay, so there's just some little janky stuff like that needs to get smoothed out. I also noticed some funny animations in Kyrian. There was this one Kyrian guy, a blue dude, who was in a sitting position, but he was floating around as if his character was supposed to be walking, but his character was stuck in a sitting position, just kind of hovering around the ground. Like, I can't take this shit seriously. It's hilarious.
But yeah,
dude,
it's definitely worth it.
It's 100% worth it. So yeah, if you're a new player or resubbing, you don't need to know anything. Just don't know. You don't have to know anything. Just so you know that the realm between life and death is busted, and you got to go fix it. That's it. And from there, just carry forward. I told you before I had done a in-between season replacement of my main. So I had a regular Draenei Paladin as my main throughout BFA, and then I swapped them out. I took a Light Forge, just boosted him to 50, and now I'm pretending he's my guy that I took through BFA, and I'm so happy I did. A Light Forge Paladin in Bastion makes so much sense. Like complete 100% utter sense. And I'm super satisfied about that. I got to roll this guy, but I want to talk about him a little more. So yeah, dude, you Shadowlands, our hot take from all three of us. Yeah, play it. You should be playing it because this is fun. Like, it's not even just the questing experience is always, when WoW does good questing, it's great. Like, it's great. It feels good. It flows. It unveils storylines, cool moments happening. Yes, it's really rewarding. You get great gear. Oh, by the way, I boosted my character from to 50. The gear that it comes with was literally all level 39 gear, like well below the 100 average that I think everybody was aiming for going into Shadowlands. I was still fine. Like, I was not like I swapped over to protection, and honestly, protection is the shit right now. Like, I will say, right, if there's any class to play, go protection paladin. Just run into everything and just watch them futilely attack you because they can't do shit. Because I was in retribution at first and just getting my ass handed to me and not killing things fast enough before I got my ass handed to me. Just coming as protection, even with crappy gear, I was still staying alive. So So first week, guys, let's talk about first weeks. You roll a character, you got resubbed. I took your advice. I resubbed. I got Shadowlands. Now what do I do? So Michelle, let's talk about it. What do you want to do your first week? How did you maximize your first 3 hours that got you to 60?
Yeah, how did I do that? Honestly, I think I mentioned this before. When you're doing your questing, and you're doing so the way they have it is that you actually get your zone achievements, right? I think I mentioned that. Like, yes, like you're going through the quest line, the campaign. You do the whole campaign, and you end up getting this achievement because you're purposely going through this quest line so that you can finish there and then go off to another. And to be, this is going through the quest line as your first character. Once you hit max level on first character, any subsequent characters you have an option of doing the straight up quest line, repeat the same experience, or just going straight into your covenant and then just leveling up from world quests or what have you. But the one thing I didn't mention to you is that, do you remember in BFA on the ship where they had that the command table?
Yes.
And you can choose Zuldazar and whatever.
Yeah. The scouting map or whatever.
Initially on my alt, I was going to put her through the whole thing because I was like, I loved it so much that I was willing to go through it again. But while I was going through Bastion, I thought to myself, like, why would I do this? I want to just be Bastion already, or, Carrion. Let me just switch. You have the two options. If you decide to go through the whole quest line again, you can change your fate and go back and just skip all of it and then choose your covenant.
So you can, even though you started, like say, like you started, like, oh, I want to go through this line. And like, change my mind. I want to.
You can go back.
You can go back and do that. That's
but
awesome.
The opposite. So if you first decide that you don't want to do it and then you want to skip the whole thing, you cannot go back from that. So
wait, what? What?
Okay.
If you decide to skip at first and you're like, oh, but I really love the story, you can't go back to the story.
You cannot go back.
Okay, gotcha.
Because what happens is your account, your alt gets all the achievements.
Oh, as soon as you
get it, it's like boom,
and
boom,
it locks
boom.
you out.
You have all of the
achievements. That's what you did.
Yeah,
when
remember?
Like all your stuff just popped in
did
that
you
one
see
night.
It?
Yeah. Like,
because
wow.
I switched. Yeah.
Like what the hell did you just do?
But they still send you back. There's a quest line because you're not 60, right? You go and you talk to them and they're at the command table where the helmet is. Do you remember that part? And you can choose each area and quest in the area. It's basically a call to Revendreth, defend Revendreth.
Yes.
A call to whatever. So you're doing these things and you're helping them. And so you're still getting that experience, just not know that you're
within the realm of a quest line that you're like rebuilding the house of the
right. You're not doing that quest line anymore because you got all the achievements. So you're just doing a quest to level. It's just to help you level. And then also the signature abilities, because you tried it on your main, you get whatever covenant you choose. That's your permanent one, and you can use it in any area.
Okay. So yeah, I have thoughts on the covenant abilities too. But
so my paladin, like I chose Bastion. Since she's not 60, now I'm doing all these quests in all the different zones, but I still have my Carrion signature abilities.
Yeah. So something to know if you're going through, this first week, if you do the traditional quest line is that you start off in Bastion, the storyline will take you to Bastion. You get the signature ability of the Covenant there, and then you also get the class ability. And then when you move on in the quest line to Maldraxxus, which is next on the list, it changes. You get Maldraxxus. And so basically, in a way that as you go through the different zones, you get to try it before you buy it, kind of thing, which is a fun way that they did, I think, of just letting you know what's going on and like what you're up against. Not up against, but kind of like what's being offered to you depending on which covenant that you're choosing. Anything else that you need to do in the first week?
So the reason why I leveled so fast, there were a lot of people playing, right?
Yes. A
lot of people leveling. So what I did was I tapped every single mob that I could. And people, I don't know why I see this often. People are running away from mobs and they're leveling, right? I'm like, why are you running away?
Because they just tagged them and they're
No, they're not even tagged. They're being chased. Like they're running away. And I'm like, if you're leveling and you're going through quests and then you're going through different areas while questing, kill the mobs.
Yeah, usually are not going to. Yeah, you're probably at the same level as them, and it's a good use of your time to kill them to get the experience, and plus whatever cool loot they might drop. Hello, so, this is basic gaming, adventure gaming 101. Exactly. You kill shit as you go along. So
that's what I did with my mage. But as soon as the dungeons opened up for me as I was leveling, I also tried the dungeons at the same time. So
I haven't done that yet.
Also doing the dungeons.
I'm so engrossed in the storyline and wanting to see how things go that I feel like taking 45 minutes out to go to a dungeon.
But the dungeons are part of the storyline.
I know. It's just I feel it's a mental block in my head where I feel like I have to take a special trip. It's like going on a special trip to. Do I want In-N-Out? And if I have to go to In-N-Out, I gotta go down the freeway.
Hey, you know what? You know what though? For you, it would be.
But when I want In-N-Out, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, for you, it'll be insta-Q. Because I did it on my paladin as a. So my mage was like 20-minute wait or whatever. So it's fine. I'm questing, and then on my paladin, I'm tanking, and like as soon as I hit the button. It just popped up. And by the way, I hate tanking these new ones.
Why?
There's a lot of I don't want to tell you because you haven't done the dungeons yet, but
Okay.
I like them.
Well, in the basics, what's the problem that you don't like? Is there a lot of shit?
There's
is
just
there
a
a lot of
lot.
shit that you have to
There's
worry
just a
about? A
lot.
lot of things to run away from as
Let's
a tank?
just say that some people have mentioned that certain ones would be hard on Mythic.
Something I heard too was that some of the scaling was really wonky right now. Like, so coming in, if it was a quick post that I saw a healer. He said like coming in as discipline. I was like, my tank was level 60. I was 55 or something like that, and we were getting annihilated. It's like I could not keep up with the AOE healing at all as a discipline priest. And
No, we were getting not like that's why people were mentioning Mythic. They were like,
there's no way that this is gonna be Mythic.
They're gonna have a hard time. So one guy was getting hit by an AOE from just a freaking what do you call it? Trash, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so the tank said, "Oh, just so you know, you want to just go behind, go in the corner and LOS, so you don't get hit by the AOE."
Okay.
And then the guy was like, "Oh, well, I didn't. If I LOS, then I can't attack because he was a melee, right?
Yeah.
Melee." Then the guy said, "Well, I'm just telling you for main or for Mythic because you'll die."
Yeah.
And this is trash.
This is trash, non-Mythic.
So Jay and I actually are the very first one together, and he and I were like, "What the hell?" Like, it was tough. Like the trash, just the trash. There's like,
I think it's just a lot of it's just overtuned right now, and everybody's under geared as shit. Like,
yeah, for sure.
And
so.
Not knowing what the mechanics are and what have you. So
but yeah, so the first week when you're leveling, don't ignore mobs, don't run away. Like, even though you're questing, just kill them. That's XP,
And also, have you noticed I thought they got rid of like the War Forging and the Titan Forging. They haven't. I'm getting quest items, rewards that are leveling up in rarity by themselves again.
For your
okay. Yeah, so it's like they're offering you like a green sword, right? And then it'll go to purple. Like, I got a purple shield
yeah.
last night. I was like, oh shit. And the quest reward was only supposed to be green. I was like, shit, it's purple. Sweet.
I've noticed that some of my characters are luckier than others.
Yeah.
It's happened with my paladin. Yeah. Right, exactly. So it's happened with my paladin more, I think.
Yeah. Hedge, first week, buddy. What's your insights on the first week? Well, any advice that you want to give to somebody who's just starting out?
So I have a habit of getting lost in side quests. So
I noticed
that I don't recall other expansions being like this, where the main quests have a different icon.
They did it now. Have you noticed the background on the text?
Shadowlands.
Yeah, the background on the text on the when the quest text pop up, it's like the color that they use in the background.
Well, basically,
is a different color.
I told Jay, I said, don't go for the circle, because he started questing. We were questing together initially, and then he was doing something else. And I was like, if it's a circle quest, don't do it. That's a side quest.
That's what I've been doing. I'm just so used to like any quest that I see, I just grab it and start doing it.
Because it's fun. At this point, it's fun. Yeah. It's not like
So right now, like, I just got to Ardenweald late last night, and I'm 59. And
oh yeah, you leveled.
So I'm going really slow, but like, I'm seeing all these horde that keep attacking me that are only 55, and I can just kill them pretty easily. So
are you in war mode? Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't level.
I didn't want to because I wanted to experience fun.
Yeah, not getting harassed.
I did try when Hedge reminded me. I tried for 1.5 levels, but then I kept getting owned by a rogue in one area.
It was
Maldraxxus, so I was like, F this, I don't need it, because I didn't need it. So I turned it off. Was it
an undead rogue?
Yes.
Did you guys notice that the little quest, the quest icons now, they're different. They got a little border. They got a little like square border.
That's what I just said, dude.
Well, you didn't. That's horseshit. Right? You said ignore the circles. You didn't say anything about the square boarding. You said ignore the circles.
Shield, right?
It's like
you did not mention any other geometric shapes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's like a diamond-ish shape.
Yeah, kind of thing. I thought that was a nice little nice little touch.
Yeah. By the way, it's not going to change. So when you hit 60 and you're questing in your covenant, you'll see. I can't once you hit 60, it's just the beginning.
Cool.
Like you're doing stuff for your covenant. You have to collect anima.
But you got to go to different places too, right? Like
they send you off.
They
to
send you to
different
different
places. Like they just sent me to Torghast.
It's just that you're representing your own covenant. Let's talk about covenants. Let's talk about covenants. A little bit. I'll tell you right now, I've only been to the 2 places. But as my Lightforge protection paladin, Bastion, dude, I don't care. I don't care what the other 2 look like. I'm sure I'm gonna regret saying this right now, but I don't care what the other 2 look like. My paladin belongs in Bastion. I freaking love Bastion. Did you catch how the trees look like angel wings?
Didn't.
Yeah, just look at the trees. The way that they're shaped in their peculiar way is reminiscent of angels, like the way that an angel looks from the side profile. The whole place is where I want to live, like in real life.
Yeah.
It's just like pretty heavenly fields, clean. It looks like they don't have a problem with their environment. It's just like it's super like peaceful over there. Everybody's chill and blue and huge. Although I did think it's funny that every time like a quest transition happens, like, come with me, we gotta go. They just pick you up by the neck and then just fly you over. They just pick your character up by the head and then fly you over to where you need to be. You're like, okay, well, I'm just this tiny person now.
Wait till you see Ardenwild.
Yeah, it's like
Ardenwild is like
it's amazing.
You know what it reminds me of actually?
Avatar?
Have you seen Avatar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, it's Avatar.
Does. Somebody said it looks like a female streamer's background before they're about to start.
Yeah, sure.
Like starting soon.
Actually, do you remember Lisa Frank, Ray?
Yeah, of course.
Remember all the colors that she put in her
same palette?
It's like that.
Is that the same color palette?
Right. It's just super colorful. Like it's just really beautiful.
Lively.
Yeah.
It's totally different from Bastion, obviously, but like I don't know. It's so peaceful and like
Maldraxxus feels like there needs to be freaking heavy metal playing.
Oh, for
constantly.
Sure.
Like, let's talk about the music a little bit. The music. Hey, do you guys play with the music on? Because it's amazing. It's got this like, the music ties everything together so perfectly.
Really ties the room together.
It really does, dude. It ties all the zones together because Maldraxxus' zone has that heavy war feeling, and then you just hear all the music. It's all like foreboding, like kind of aggressive. But I will say, if you took Doom soundtrack and replaced that entire Zoom and put that in there, I would be just that much more amped to be there. Can kill stuff.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna do that next time.
But Maldraxxus to me was a big surprise by how much I do enjoy being there. It is it's like a post-apocalyptic war zone of the undead. I thought it was just gonna be. I don't know how they did this. And I'm really impressed by the design crew because we've seen undead stuff for freaking decades now, starting with Warcraft 3, right? The Scourge is all undead.
Yeah.
We went to Northrend, an entire continent of just undead people. The whole area of Bwansamdi in BFA too, and the Death Loas and the spirits and stuff. You'd think you'd seen it all when it comes to that kind of aesthetic. Maldraxxus blows it all away.
Yeah.
They I don't know what they do. It's like Scourge stuff on the Scourge, the Azeroth undead look like a pale imitation to this undead. These undead are like the big ogre looking scary dudes that are on your side in the Chosen with the friggin' gimp masks. They've got, I'm saying that they got these like leather masks on.
Exactly.
These big burly dudes with these weapons. They look frightening as shit, and they're your teammates. Like that's what's cool. Is like these guys are on my team to like wreck shit. And how surprised are you like how dark it is in Maldraxxus? Dude, they're like the storyline is super dark. You get that spoiler a little bit. You get that one, you rescue that one Kyrian. First of all, you get thrown into a heap of bodies at one point, and you have
that was cool.
Your quest starts off with you pushing bodies off of you.
Really
so you're
cool.
on a heap amount.
It's not just like one or two. You have to do it like a few times.
I was like,
that's pretty funny.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like, Oh, there's more.
So you pretend you pretend you're dead. Your body's taken up by the bad guy. You're thrown into a literal like a mound of
of
corpses,
bodies.
and they're using the corpses to create more war machines. Basically,
Constructs.
yeah, abominations is what they're constructing. And then one guy you find who's also a survivor is a Kyrian, but he's got his freaking eyes gouged out because the people took his eyes and they threw his body with the rest of them, and like his eyes are now part of this disgusting like abomination that's composed of body parts of his fellow Kyrians. That's messed up. That's so messed up, dude. But it's cool. I didn't expect and then you see like the torsos, the disembodied torsos just floating around.
Like random bones are showing.
Damn. Like they it's like as hard as they can get without going too far into like gruesomeness. You know what I mean? Like they really are skirting the line of this, and I love it. I think it's so cool.
I can't wait till you guys see the actual ending.
What about you, Hedge? What are you finding so far as your favorite Covenant so far? Have you picked because I already knew from the get-go I was going to end up in Bastion with my protection pally. Like I kind of had it planned out in my head where I want where. But what about you?
So I had planned on having like.
Oh, by the way, what's your main going into this right now?
Right now is my human paladin Rick Sanchez.
Okay.
So originally I had planned on having
Jimmy,
like
where are you going?
different characters be
different
on
covenants.
different covenants. Like I was gonna have like my paladin was gonna be with Bastion, my warrior was gonna be with Revendreth, druid with Ardenweald. But right now I'm kind of torn because I like all of them so far. I haven't found one. Granted, I haven't even gone to Revendreth yet, but I haven't been to one where I'm like, oh, okay, not that one.
Okay, you haven't like all of them are equally on the table for you. Like there's no.
Yeah, still up in the air.
Here.
So the thing that I like is, I can tell you right now, as I do like Maldraxxus, so I was like, oh, this place is cool. I think it's the signature ability. Is it signature or the class? I think it's the class. No, I'm sorry. The Bastion class ability is far superior.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Far superior than the Maldraxxus ability. And I'm not a number crunching guy. I'm not going to min max, nor am I going to, figure out actually, if your DPS output is actually considerably much more blah blah blah.
They're different.
Huh? What?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
How dare you? How dare you, Michelle? No, but the Maldraxxus, just the sheer feeling of it. So to give you an example, the Bastion, so I'm playing a protection paladin. One of my awesome abilities is throw shields at dudes. I throw my shield and it bounces around like Captain America style.
Captain America.
The Maldraxxus, and you throw one at a time typically. The Maldraxxus ability lets you throw as many shields as there are enemies within 30 yards around you. So my favorite thing to do was just to gather up a buttload of they're all going nuts, right? I'm like, my health is dropping 2 seconds. I hit that ability, and it's just like like all these shields start bouncing around on everyone. And not only that, but one of my talents is I think it's called First Avenger. When you throw your shield and it comes back to you, it generates an absorption shield for yourself, so you can start absorbing damage, right? So I'm at half.
Wait, that's what
health.
the ability is called? It's called First Avenger?
It's called First Avenger. Yeah, it's cool. It's a talent.
Hilarious.
This is why.
But I hit that ability, and then all these shields come out, and I get a personalized shield for every single shield that I shot out. So now, even though I'm on half health, now I'm like full health with like all of it just in the absorption shield. So I was like, oh shit, it works that special class ability works in conjunction with my talents, and I'm just like, you can't kill me. You cannot kill me when I have this freaking like ability up, dude. Like, it's amazing.
This is why it's tough for your ults. This is why you have to really, really make sure you want to skip all of your those things, because each class has a different ability.
It does, yeah.
So my mage doesn't know what the paladin's doing in each zone because I'm a mage, not a paladin.
Yes.
So I wasn't able to try those.
So if you blindly went into as a mage into Bastion, you might not get the exact same thing that I got as my Yeah, as the
Right.
class
We
ability.
all blindly. So you don't know. Like, so hearing you talk about the Paladin and Maldraxxus, it's like, oh, should I have just gone that? You know what I mean? Like, you're like, well, that sounds cool. Like,
Yeah, dude.
but
But
it's too.
the
Yeah.
Maldraxxus one, by contrast, not at all exciting. It's like
I like it though.
It's a special ability. You're playing a protection paladin on Rick Sanchez, right? Is it protection that you're playing on Rick? Okay, so yeah, it's the
Yes.
You throw a hammer at a dude, and then it makes it so that your next healing spell gives you another shield of righteousness.
Right.
It's awesome utility. Don't get me wrong. It's cool,
but
it's just
sounds boring.
not. It's not at all on the excitement level or the coolness level.
Oh, the Bastion one is awesome.
Ass ton of shields at everyone's face. You're throwing a bunch of shields in all their faces at once. That's freaking satisfying as a paladin, especially protection one. We're just like, oh, yeah, screw all of you. Like this is how I feel about all y'all right now.
I really enjoyed getting attacked by horde like shadow priests and rogues as a protection paladin, and then they end up running away and trying to heal themselves while I murder them. But you see what happens, Larry?
You see what happens?
So the mage actually has an ability called shifting power. And it draws
Is this for Bastion or is this? Oh, no. This is a mage ability.
Night Fae.
Oh, okay.
And it's basically an AoE. And it's like, okay, so Torghast guys, like if you solo this, you're gonna be using your class ability and your signature ability when you're in Torghast. Like a lot of the anima powers, you're gonna be buffing you can buff your shifting power. Oh, cool. And it does this AoE and it's so pretty. You have to see it. I'm gonna take a video of it so you can see it, but it's like you're like in this blue lotus flower kind of thing.
That's nice. Yeah.
And then it does this AoE, like it circles and it kind of does this AoE. It's so pretty, but does hella damage. But I'm like, like you said, since my mage went through all of them, all the other ones were kind of boring.
Yeah. And it's so much to me. So much of my playstyle is just like, what makes this feel fun? And I don't really care about like survivability is great. Like as a tank. With that said, Maldraxxus is, so you have a class ability and then you have a signature ability. The signature ability of Maldraxxus is awesome is that shield that you get that, have you used it? It's just that persistent shield. You let it channel. And then once you channel all the way, you have it for like 2 minutes straight, and it can absorb a ton of damage. And I think that's for everybody that's in Maldraxxus. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The flesh.
The signature, yeah.
Flesh thing. It's called flesh. I don't know. Flesh shield or flesh hide.
The signature for Ardenweald is Soul Shape. It's awesome.
What does it do?
You turn into a little like ghost
fox.
The fox. Thing, the
ghost fox.
I like that.
Dude, it's awesome. And you can teleport.
The steward, the Owl Stewards of
I like those.
Dude, I chose mine because his name was Appa. I told you were there that night. Like there's
Appa.
I was like, dude, this is like class here. And Appa is like hella cute
I'm
sounding.
Choosing this one.
I chose like the female voice one. I like those ones. They don't speak English very well.
I got Pico, the little dude with the flute.
Oh yeah, that guy was gangster. He was a close second to me because he was playing his heart out. I was like, shit, I want this guy.
I like that,
yeah. So you get a steward. So you summon this little owl dude. The owl dudes are cool as shit. Like
they're all buff too. They're like they
got big old chests, and they're all like nice. They're all really nice to you, and they do like they give you a potion right when they show up. They can play music for you.
Yep.
They can tell your buddy that you're doing a great job. It's so cool.
While you're hang out killing people, they play music for you.
So Hedge, you haven't been to Revendreth. Michelle, you have. How do you like Revendreth? Because you're the only person who has eyes on Revendreth.
I told Jay and Guild that it was like I felt like I was in a Dracula movie.
Yeah, I'm into that.
That's cool.
Like legit,
in a good way or bad way?
Like Gary Oldman Dracula or Gerard Butler?
No, like Gary Oldman. Like not like Twilight, not like like old school.
Not like Bram Stoker.
Yes, like like old school Dracula.
That's cool.
It's sick. Yeah. that's why I said I want you guys to watch the ending of it, because basically towards the end, that's the last zone that you visit.
Mm-hmm.
And they do something in the end, then you end up going back to Orbos, and what he does at the end is super sick. Like, it's just this, I can't tell you because I want you guys to see it.
Yeah, don't tell me.
But it's awesome.
Let's talk.
Can you guys just go there
We
already?
are. Hey, if I didn't have,
Can you just go there already? I'm so tired
if
of
this was years ago,
I can't tell you.
If this was years ago, I would have been
Tiptoeing
spoiling all this crap for you like in 2 seconds. But now it's just like
I don't want to, because I want you guys to see the cool, like what he does, what they do at the end. You're just like, damn.
So storyline wise, this is all bad. The storyline has been incredibly pleasing to me.
Mm-hmm. It's badass.
Can I tell you a few little notes? Well, one note that I noticed. So just I don't know what's going on. So these are mild spoilers. These are spoilers that you're going to get like as soon as you play within the first like 15 minutes. But I myself am trying to figure out who the hell are these people? Who is a jailer? Where did they come from? Who the hell are these first ones? Right? Like I'm intrigued. First ones? I've never heard of. Like, we've heard of old gods,
or the cartel.
We've heard of titans. We've heard of the Titan Pantheon. We've heard of the Elemental Lords. Right? We've heard of the Void Lords. Who the F are the first ones, and why are they so powerful? And
did you guys play StarCraft?
Yes. The Zelnaga?
They kind of, these things remind me of, God, I can't remember what their name is.
The Zelnaga?
Yes. Yeah. Reminds me of those things.
EXL''NAGA. The Zelnaga. Yes, they do.
That's what it reminds me of.
What if they were? Oh, shit. Right? Then you would put StarCraft's world. There's no reason why StarCraft's world and Azeroth's universe couldn't exist within the same universe. Like they could just be, you know what I mean? The different rules just simply apply differently. You know what I mean? Not to say that this is it. Like that's what we're gonna say. But I want to know who the hell these first ones were. The banished one is obviously talking about the jailer, right? Because he was banished to the Maw, where shit is not allowed to get out. So he's a bad guy. And so probably either as punishment or as a job, he's there. So he's got that chest hole, right? Let's talk about chest holes. You got chest hole in old jailer. And then if you look at the arbiter in Oribos, whose job it was to, originally she was like the main bureaucrat in charge of deciding which place that you want to go. Okay, hey, hi soul. Oh, I see your soul and I'm going to send you this way. She also has a chest hole, but she has something floating in the middle of her chest. Some kind of thing. What is the significance of the chest hole and the thing that fills the chest hole? I think there's something. I think when old jailer guy got punished, he had his little chest hole thing out. Now he has a hole. There's a lot of use of the word hole just now in chests, but I think there's something there. It has to do with this power or his status, like whatever that is. And yeah, dude, I'm just, how the hell, who are these new people? These new gods, where do they come from? What's their origin? I'm intrigued, and this is sort of what I was telling you, like in what me and you were talking about, Michelle, in the couple of episodes leading up to this. Like, is this a good place for the World of Warcraft story writers to just take it into a completely different direction in mythology, away from orcs and humans, away from arcane magic and the blue and all the different dragon aspects? Because I'm kind of done with all that. I've been rereading all the chronicles and it's been fun to read the storylines, but now at this point in World of Warcraft, me, the player, and the person that's interested in the story wants to see this go different. I want to see some new heroes, some new stuff we got to worry about, some off the wall shit that we got to deal with, and not go back to the same the orcs are back, they're upset and they want to take over this area and they're going to use
I wasn't there for those episodes, but I listened to them when I'm running. And I agreed with like everything you said. Like this is like a really good point to introduce, like how they did in Warcraft 3 with like the whole Legion.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
where did that come from?
Burning Legion,
exactly.
Yeah. Where you're like,
where the hell did Burning Legion
come this? I thought it was just orcs and humans. And that like the whole Night Elves weren't even a part of it.
No, not at all.
Warcraft
Night Elves got introduced
with
all that too. The whole world got expanded in a much bigger way in Warcraft 3.
So this would be like, like you said, a really good way for them to do that.
So I think that's the point, is like, we're not supposed to know about this world.
Yes.
That's why every time we go to a different zone, they're like mortal, like we're not supposed to know about this. Like it was supposed to be kept all up in the Shadowlands.
Yes.
And so, yes, you were correct that this is a
Thank
way
you.
of
You can
getting
stop
away
right there.
from.
That's fine. You are correct.
Yeah.
That's good. That's right.
But from what we mentioned before, that we finally it's finally no longer Horde against Alliance. It's basically almost like humanity, or just
existence versus non-existence
versus
at this point.
Exactly.
Dude, Shadowlands is supposed to be where every dead thing in the cosmos ends up. And they make reference to that, especially in Bastion. It's like, it's weird though, right? It's like you can be this tentacled looking thing. You end up in the Shadowlands, and then you turn into a blue, I don't know.
Something, whatever it is. Yeah.
Just a blue dude, like a humanoid looking blue dude. It's like, dude, what happened to all my tentacles and tails and shit? Like, what? Like, I don't want to look like a blue dude. Like, that's weird that they would all look the same, but that's just how they roll. But, you can imagine there are heroes and villains from all over the cosmos that are here. And that's staggering to think about. Like, and everything that we're seeing is just like maybe related to Azeroth only. But conceivably, you can tell so many different storylines going forward. Like, just like huge mountain, like a guy that could have been a living mountain, you know what I mean? Could have died on a planet somewhere, and then he's a blue dude. Like, just, I used to be a mountain. Like, like that's a cool story. It's
okay,
like,
so how did you guys feel about Ysera? Is that how you say her name?
Oh, you jerk. I haven't reached that part yet. So
damn it. Can I just talk about it?
Yeah, go ahead. Do it. Spoilers. We're going to get spoiled for the sake of the show and Michelle's advanced playing of this game. We're going to get spoiled. Go.
Okay, so how do you feel about what happened to her?
Her dying in BFA?
Yeah. Were you sad?
Of course.
I was super sad.
Yeah, that was
I think I shed a tear. Like, that's how sad I was.
The green dragon. The great green dragon, the one who was always in the Emerald Dream, Ysera. She died early on. Oh, I'm sorry. Not BFA. She died in Legion.
Legion.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. So if you play through one of the zones, like the Night Elf Heavy Zone, she's there to help
out.
It's
funny. It's funny you mention that, because right now I'm doing a quest in Ardenweald.
Yeah, she's in Ardenweald.
Okay.
That's what I was talking about.
It's taking me to a Legion zone, which I never played through, and it showed some Night Elf dude with the
like a
red
gem
horns.
Oh yeah, the satyr. Yeah, his name is Xavier.
And then it showed a green dragon.
Yeah.
So basically,
that's what you're talking about. That's funny.
She's in Ardenweald.
Okay.
And then you see her. You see her as a dragon, but then she's also in like Night Elf form.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when you choose Ardenweald, I don't know, Raymond, if you're going to have another character.
Not for a while. Honestly, I'm having so much fun on my main right now that I like thinking about an alt is not really my prerogative at this
moment. So the funny thing about Ardenweald is when you choose that as your covenant, right? You have to do a play. You have a play. And you're the main character, and it's basically, it goes through every single expansion.
Like story thing that happened?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Legion play. Like you're.
Oh, that's kind of amazing. Really?
Yeah. And Ysera is there watching it.
Aw.
She's watching you do this. And like, she's like, oh, I don't remember it being that way. Or I thought this was a dream.
That's funny. Was, like, she's like making her little comments. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was good to see her there. Like, it kind of made me happy a little. It's like, oh, there she is. She's an artist. But it was so cool. You were in this play and you like pretend fight. Well, you are fighting them, but on the stage. And it was awesome.
That's so, I mean, come on. Think of the way you just described. You're reenacting a play of each expansion of World of Warcraft. And think about going back to OG World of Warcraft. Collect 12 boar tusks. Kill 25 murlocs. Like, that was the level of quest. Now you're doing this fun, cool stuff.
Now it's cool. Like, you go and you put on a... Yeah.
And I think
this is why I asked if you were going to...
No, and I think that's really what we're talking about as far as Shadowlands in general. It's like, we're nine expansions deep now. 15 years on, and the game itself is so much, it's still there. The fundamentals, you're just clicking stuff. You're still clicking a combination of buttons. It's endless fighting. But man, some of the things that they add is just incredible, and it makes it feel so much more alive. And going back to like classic, it's like, can you guys imagine going to classic now? Going to classic after
Nope.
experiencing Shadowlands?
Definitely not.
Holy hell, dude! They're two different games.
Yeah.
What was I going to talk about? I wanted to talk about. I found, as far as like dead people characters, little Easter eggs in the middle of the House of Constructs when you're doing that little bit of quest bit in Maldraxxus.
Mm-hmm.
There's that area where all those hands are coming out. Do you guys see that part?
Yeah, the hands.
You have to do that quest where you pull them out of the body and you have to kill them. I don't know if you hear it. It's just a small part. In the middle of all of that, there's a corpse, and it's Cookie. And Cookie was
Cookie.
the chef from
Dead Mines.
The one that comes out is a Murloc chef.
Yeah.
And he fights and he has that cauldron and he throws shit at you. He's the guy. I was like, oh shit. But he doesn't look, what's cool is that he doesn't look like a Murloc. He looks like a ghoul or something like that. So his body changed or whatever, something about him changed when he went over to Maldraxxus. But I think it's hilarious that he went to Maldraxxus. Of all places for him to go.
Can I tell you what happens in the end?
Nope. You cannot. That's crossing
because the story is different compared to what you actually. I cannot describe what happens in the end.
Then don't. We're going to talk about when we get there next week, man. Okay, here, listen. Next week's we're going to have more spoiler heavy on the story because I think giving everybody 2 weeks worth of playtime is appropriate. At that point, if you're getting spoiled, then you should just go somewhere else because things are happening. But what, Hedge, let's talk about professions, dude. You're here to make some money. What are you making money for? Is there a Brutosaurus type mount that needs to be bought? I think there was. I just can't, for the life of me, I can't think about it right now. Like a $10 million mount or something.
Yeah, so that one's gone. Can't make that anymore. Can't get that anymore.
The Brutosaurus, yeah. But is there a Shadowlands equivalent?
I'm sure there will be, right?
There has to be,
because
right?
Legion had that spider, BFA had the Brutosaur.
I'm sure there will be.
I would think so. I'm kind of just, I want to make gold because I feel like it's a good it's a golden opportunity.
Yeah.
And
it's easy to make gold.
Gather.
No,
Gather and sell, my friends.
No. Not even that. Remember?
Oh,
Raymond?
that's right. That's what you told me. Just go and
just do
stuff.
All you have to do is do stuff. Do the quests. They give you the chests are different this time.
Okay.
They're not just you know how in BFA they had a chest where you had to have like an arcane key or you had to do something to open them. So the chests here in each zone are different. Like
it's like an item, right? It's not a chest.
Well, yeah, you get an item, but no, you still get. I linked them in guild chat. Like I sold items for 850 gold. They like give you items for a lot.
The gray items, the little junk items that you can just sell. Like they're really expensive in the little. I noticed that. I sold something for like 150 gold. I was like,
but yeah, Hedge is right.
Parchment.
They're not like they're not like chests.
Sold, you mean
they're
like vendored it or
just vendored it?
No, you vendor it.
Like
they're 850 gold gray items. Remember, I linked like 3 of them in guild chat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right now I have a stack of 24 Death Blossom. If I were to sell them on the auction house, I would get 935 gold.
Oh, see, no.
Stack of how many?
24.
Hold on,
that's it? See. 24 and it's for 900?
And Twilight Bark is going for 44 gold each right now. I have 5, so I get 220 just from that stack of 5.
I really think that the auction house game is hilarious because I feel like, I read their forum posts about the people that play auction, and it gets like really, people get really mad at each other.
Well, yeah, you know why? So when I was engineering on my mage, I was gonna go buy ore, right? Uh-huh. And then the ore was ridiculous. They were they were just like, I was not gonna spend that much. And then when I checked the next day, they were 8 gold.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They were dropped.
Oh, they dropped.
So, yeah. So people are mad because, I'm not going to lie. I do the same thing. If I see that someone's posting something for 100 and I just want to sell it, I don't really
99.
care. I go 99.99.
Yes.
or I go down, then someone else will go down, and it's just a game. Like everyone just
war.
like they're just gonna
and they
drop,
get then they start
drop.
messaging you, and then they start like harassing
Hell,
you.
man.
I've heard of people getting harassed for like undercutting
Yeah.
them. It's like,
It's a trade
dude,
war.
you guys are just playing with numbers, like fake ass numbers. I get it. There's a certain
They're
like
pixels.
they're pixels. They don't exist in real life. You didn't mine this ore yourself. Okay? You didn't
Blood,
you
sweat,
didn't
and
travel
tears.
around. You didn't mount up, spend hours going out there killing
You didn't
mobs.
physically
They're
mount.
just numbers.
Yeah.
And so for me, when I do that, when I deliberately undercut the market, it's because I want to get rid of my inventory. I don't care about anything else
I do the same
other than to free up some slots in my.
Do you guys use Trade Skill Master?
I'm not using anything right now.
It's really cool because I mean it's kind of a somewhat of a pain in the ass to set up, but once you do, it makes auctioning so much easier because you can set parameters for like okay, if you're selling something and it's going for something like higher than what it usually goes for, you can undercut the competition. So like if it's going for 99 and you just want to sell it, it'll sell it for 98.
It'll immediately just set it up.
Yeah, or like if
so
it's
you don't
going
have to do it yourself.
Right. You don't have to like individually change the numbers on every single thing.
Yeah. That's the reason why I don't mess around with the auction house so much. Yeah.
When you mouse over it in your inventory, it'll tell you average sold daily, average region market value, and server value. Yeah.
How is it taking all that data? Is it just?
I don't know. You have to have another small app installed that scans.
It
I
must
think it
be.
uses. Do you guys use Undermine Journal?
No, I haven't used that.
I'm not using anything at the moment.
So the Undermine Journal is a website. You can just go to it and you go to like your reach. So you go to like US Dalaran for ours.
And then just
and then you type in something, it'll tell you, it has all these graphs and charts and like heat maps for what day of the week and what time of day these things are sold the most.
Dude,
and like
all I gotta say is
it's
God bless
crazy.
these people that maintain this.
Yeah, and they don't get shit for it. Like,
this.
Like how many people actually do you think donate
this,
to those things?
This is just one aspect of a massive game that requires so many man hours to just like manage, gather all the information, present it, clean it all up, make it like accurate. Oh, y'all out there, you deserve your advertising dollars. So thanks for putting that all together. But yeah, so you're here to make some money. Are you just gathering right now? Is it just straight gathering?
I'm not like actively. I'm not like seeking out like I'm doing quests, and if I see it pop up, I'll go to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll go somewhat out of my way to get to like an herb or a.
Right now, my main is also a blacksmith and a miner. So I'm not really selling anything. I just like I like making stuff, and I like making gear for myself. But I'm looking forward to getting we talked about before, Michelle, like making the base items. I want to see if I could actually make decent money off of making some plate base items for the for the legendaries when people start going to Torghast and stuff like that. I bet you the first couple of weeks that shit's gonna be like a madhouse of people just buying up stuff. So hopefully it's fun. But I don't know what it is. I like new ore. I know it's just you're going up to a node and clicking it, and it's like, oh, it appears. But I like the new names for ore. Like, ooh, what are you gonna use this for?
Yeah,
lacerite. What's a lacerite? What's a Elysium? Whatever.
By the way, I switched from engineering to tailoring.
Did you? Okay, so you did that for sure. Are you gonna make bags?
Yeah, I can make 32 slot bags if you guys want.
What do you need for that? Let me know, because I'm going to send you some stuff.
I will let you know when let's see. Do I even have it here? It's not there. Oh, here it goes. I need 20 shrouded cloth and 15 penumbra thread, which I can buy. I don't really care.
Penumbra thread. Okay, cool. You know what I did the other night too? I took 30 minutes out of my day and leveled my fishing to 30 for Shadowlands.
I was fishing too.
Fishing is actually more fun than I thought it would be.
I freaking love fishing. It hasn't changed.
No.
In 15 years, you throw a freaking line out, you have your little bobber, it makes the same sound effects 15 years ago. You click on it, something pops up.
Yeah.
I could tell you right now, I could do that all day. I was tempted to just do that all night because I just like fishing. I don't know what the
Just
hell
chilling.
it is. It's just
You can have your steward play music while you're fishing.
oh my
That's awesome.
god, you're right.
Right?
You've just changed my world. Fishing in Bastion. I was fishing in Maldraxxus too, so I was fishing amongst like dead things. I was like, this is great. Like, I'm getting all this random stuff. So far the junk items that you fish so far for Shadowlands aren't selling for much. I was hoping to get something that was like a whoa, like this sells for like 100 something. It's all just like some silver here and there. But I found bait so far, and then I've got some lost soul fish.
Yeah, lost soul.
Which I think is great. And I'm also going to be leveling up
Get
my cooking as well, because I love cooking and fishing in any expansion. This is the best. Okay, so for my going back to our what to do the first week, my first week is explore your professions a little bit, because they're kind of fun. When expansions are new, before people have figured out everything and what's the best thing to do, it's fun to just explore stuff and see what comes out and see what you can make and what kind of cool ores or whatever you can find to gather. I would suggest that because it's a lot of fun. So you're a tailor. What else are you? Are you gathering too, Michelle?
Skill crafting. Yeah. So the
reason why
I chose the paladin as my second alt is because she's the miner.
The gathering alt. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, with tailoring, all you need is cloth.
Yes.
Just go kill stuff.
And you just pretty much.
But I can use my paladin is just like yours. It's tailoring. Blacksmithing.
Blacksmithing, miner.
Mm-hmm,
oh, nice.
And mining.
Cool.
So I can use it for my gear.
Cool, we can undercut each other.
Jewel crafting. Well,
and get mad.
My mage needs the ore for jewel crafting.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, your mage is expensive, man.
My mage has been expensive.
Yeah.
She's worth that. It's my baby.
That's what's up.
But if you guys need gems and stuff,
I'll let you know. Hey, I'm not even close to that, but I'll let you know. Let's see. What else do we want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about the mounds, but I don't think we have time.
We'll have a little bit of time. The mounts are amazing. Have you seen some dope mounts?
You need to get the mounts that I have that are like that'll take half an hour to do, like literally.
Have you seen any good mounts, Hedge? I haven't gotten any mounts.
I like that frog thing from Ardenweald, that big fat bullfrog.
You son of a...
I don't have it, no.
I have it.
No, I don't have any yet.
Michelle had like
they look
2.
Really...
I have 3 Ardenweald mounts. 3.
I feel like almost all the mounts. Ardenweald is heavy on mounts. It seems like.
Yeah.
Oh, Michelle. Is it just me? Wait, maybe I can't hear you guys.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, it's Michelle.
The
maw. Oh, she's getting claimed by the maw. Nothing escapes.
No.
She's getting sucked.
I am in Torghast.
There it is.
I am in Torghast. So let me tell you guys, I think one thing too is if you're playing right now, I would try and get the mounts that are the easiest to get, because they might change it.
Yes, you're right.
You never know. These 3
how
that I have
do you know
are
if
super
easy to get or not, though?
Well, so the 3 that I have are I just got them. So
explain
yourself.
They were...
Let me tell you. So the Shimmer Mist Runner is super cute. It's the horse. It's like the horse with the little, like the curvy. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The little unicorn.
It's like a unicorn.
Cool unicorn horse.
Right. So it's a Shimmer Mist Runner, and it's in the maze in Ardenweald. All you have to do is follow the correct path. If you do not, the NPC will disappear. So once you follow the correct path, which I can show you, you just follow the blue lanterns. It's like left, right. It's easy. Once you get there, all you have to do is kill the NPC there that's with the Shimmer Mist Runner.
And you get it?
Kill it, and then you click on it, and it's in your inventory. Voila, there's one. Second is the Wild Seed Cradle. All you have to do is collect a basket, and all these tools that one of the NPCs lost in Ardenweald, you put them all together, bring it to the NPC, and there's your Wild Seed Cradle.
Awesome.
And then, of course, the frog. I'm stupid. I thought that you had to personally farm the humongous mushroom that I was telling you about.
Yes.
Remember?
It's like an item that you need to summon the frog.
Yeah. But, everyone gets it. So anyone can hit, even the horde. Anyone can hit the mushroom. It's like a mushroom boss. His name is Human Gauze or something like that. It's a rare in Ardenweald.
that you summon.
northwest, like the very corner, right above the letter D.
Is his name Humongous?
Humongous.
Like Hugs?
Yeah, humongous.
Humongous.
But it's like human and then Gozz.
Humongous.
Okay.
Yeah, get it? So it's this big ass mushroom. You kill it, you can't solo it, and you're not gonna anyways because people are just standing there waiting for that to pop, and it's a 100% drop to get the arbor.
So to be clear, the reason why you said that you're stupid is because you're trying to get the rare thing to summon it to drop. When it turns out you just have to wait for somebody else to have it. Just walk around and then tag the mob as you're killing it, and then you get it. She's getting sucked into the maw again, people. Michelle's soul is lost to us. She'll be back in just a minute. So what else are we... Dude, I'm just loving Shadowlands, everything about it right now. I'm having a great time. I think picking a Protection Paladin going into it, for me, was the right choice because I could just go in and annihilate everything at low tiers. I'm having a great time. I'm looking forward to getting to the point where, you have to get hit at max level. You got to get to the point where it becomes maintenance, until the next patch kind of thing. I'm looking
like keeping up with your eye level and stuff.
Exactly. But right now, the questing is exactly what I want it to be. It's fun. Yeah. It's innovative. It's different. It feels much different. The stakes feel great. Like the stakes feel high now. And the story, and what I mean by that is like in BFA, is like, I didn't know what the hell to focus on. The battle, am I helping out Kulturas, or am I fighting against the Horde or the Alliance, depending on what
I never did the Dark Shore Warfront.
Yeah, and I
never did any of that.
I still don't really know how that fits into anything. And the Island Expeditions, don't know how that fits into. It's just like another thing to do, but it never felt like it was something that made sense with the overall storyline of what the hell's going on.
It was never something I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like before I did it, I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And I think I did 2 or 3. And then after that, I was like, okay, I get it.
It didn't help too. It's just like 3 or 4 patches in, everybody just kind of let it fall to the wayside. Like those things became just like afterthoughts. And then as you come into the game later on, they just become these, like, do I have to do this? Like, you don't know where it fits into like your mechanics of how to progress your story or like how to progress things going forward. It just becomes this confusing thing. Right now, the way that Shadowlands feels like doesn't feel like any of that. Like there's a lot of complex stuff going on, but it's all interconnected. It's all woven into the storyline. It makes sense.
Yeah, like what you're doing is like, okay. Like, and I think that's one of the reasons I kept getting, besides my own like stupidity, why I kept getting sidetracked with the side quests is because, and I was going through and reading all the little briefing it gives you for every quest. I was doing that too. And I was like, okay, like it was woven into the main quest line.
Yes.
It wasn't like some arbitrary thing.
No. It had something to do with what's going on, like, and it makes sense. Yeah. Have you guys noticed the way that your classes have been playing? Any big differences now? Michelle, you'd probably be the best one to play because you're so far ahead of us. But like now that you're at 60, you've got your. Did you pick Covenant with your mage?
Yeah.
What is it again? I forgot. Maldraxxus? No.
Night Fae.
Night Fae. That's right. Mm-hmm. Now with all the stuff, like now that you're settled in and you're 60, do you feel that it plays? How are you feeling about this level 60 mage now that you've chosen your Covenant versus level 120 mage in BFA?
Like I said, I don't even think about that. I feel like for some reason when I think about my level 120 mage, I feel like I kind of feel anxiety a bit. And do you know why?
Why?
Because I didn't really like all the random things you had to do, right? The visions, the horrific visions, and having to go do the same freaking thing.
Jumping through 5 portals to get to any particular place.
Yeah. And it just it didn't really tie in at all. Mm-hmm. Like I know they kind of tried it a bit. They tried to, but it wasn't smooth. And I felt like every time I logged on, I was like, oh, do I have to do mythics to get gear? Like, I just didn't like logging on at all, Mm-hmm. And the only reason why I played was because you guys were playing, obviously. But with Shadowlands, I just I really love the storyline, especially because it's new, like something we've never heard before and something we've never seen before. And then I like the right now, we didn't talk about it, but like conduits and stuff, it's actually not complicated at all.
Oh, cool.
It's not at all. And so one thing, my ice block, not only does it just obviously prevent me from damage, but it heals me.
Now? Wow.
Now, thanks to my conduit.
Cool. Okay,
yes.
So now we're seeing like
so now we know like how it actually works.
Now we're seeing improvement of current skills. Gotcha. Okay.
It's awesome.
Okay, that sounds cool.
I like it, and I don't feel so stressed out having to do stuff, like I can do stuff on my own. And then I don't have to do Torghast unless they send me here, but it's like you can do other things and not stress about farming Stygia and like, do you know what I mean? Like,
and if anything, like at this point of the game that's so early, you could just spend your time running around the zone and looking at stuff because that's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so right now, that's what I'm doing, is doing a lot of stuff for Ardenweald, and you're just kind of and so the combat thing, I showed you the video. Do you remember so BFA had a similar thing where you go and then you choose, like, it'll say something like defend Westfall, right? And then you choose your characters and that's it, really.
Oh, you're talking about the mission table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you have to be strategic.
I haven't got to that point yet because it's an auto battler. You haven't reached that yet, have you, Hedge? The auto battler mission table quests. When you send people on missions, like your followers or your scouts.
You watch
you're on mute,
it.
Buddy. Oh, Hedge, you're on mute. We shan't hear you.
So I've seen that. I've seen people complaining about it online, but I haven't actually done it yet.
Are they complaining about it because they don't know how to do it? Is that why they're complaining?
I don't know. I think they're just complaining for the sake of complaining.
People love to complain.
They're like, it's like a mobile game.
It really.
It's like, okay, but.
It is though, but what's the issue? Like, all you have to do is you look at, now you have to just look at what, your, you have to look at each ability and then just strategically put them on the board. That's it.
Right.
At some point, it's going to get to the point where we're not even thinking about it. You're just like, oh yeah, this guy goes here, this guy goes here, blah, blah, blah.
Does the WoW app work for you guys?
No, it doesn't.
No, it's been choppy for a while now.
The WoW app.
I've never even been able to log in.
Yeah.
Oh, I've logged in, but it doesn't have anything on there
for Shadowlands.
Shadowlands, no.
Oh wow, yeah, it's probably gonna need
It's still BFA.
Yeah, probably needs a major revamp.
Yeah,
more than anything. Yeah, it's not even my thing anyway to play. It's just another
can't
app
wait
on my
till
phone.
You guys actually get to where I'm at and you can see what I'm talking about.
Can't wait to get on my level. Is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. I have not. So right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get enough anima. That's the first quest you get. You have to replenish the reservoir.
Okay.
And you have to farm 1,000 anima.
Okay. How much anima do you get from a trip to the mall? Or is it the mall that you're going to, or is this just
no? It's not them. It's those are the quests that I was talking about.
For the broker.
They're like dailies.
Okay.
For your area.
Okay.
So that the ones where they send you to Revendreth or like do world quests, and then you get anima. And then also when you do dungeons, the first one you do for the day in random group, you get one.
Okay.
Like 5 or something like that. I don't know. But that's the part I'm on right now. And it's actually not that bad, Like at first I did say it was like grindy, but then now that I think about it, it's still fun. Like the things that I'm doing, it's fun.
There's a point, especially early on in expansions, is that where the grind is still not bad. You know what I mean? It's when you, and the grind wasn't ever as bad in Legion because there's just the way that their system stuff. The grind just got bad for BFA. Because it didn't feel good. Like
I never liked it.
Yeah, the grind in BFA was not fun, and it didn't feel great. And the grind in Legion just felt better. I don't know. It's just hard to.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It
I
really
don't know.
does.
So I'm looking forward to reaching that point. And so I'm not even dreading. I'm looking forward to just getting through the storyline, finding out where everything is laying right now and like what the big stakes are and where I fit in, choosing my covenant and just kind of rolling from there because it looks like fun. Everything just looks like a good use of time. And like I said, I just want to go and look at stuff now. Like
Yeah.
I will go through all the zones just to ride around and see what I can see because that's
Have you
cool.
gone
And get a
under?
mount.
Have you gone underneath Ouroboros yet?
I've not. So
Okay.
yeah, a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Anywho, Hedge, any before we wrap up, any parting thoughts you want to give as far as where we're at right now for Shadowlands and what kind of fun we're having?
I meant to say this earlier when you guys were talking about the story. I have a small prediction. I'm probably wrong, but it made me think of it because I was rewatching the cinematic, like the announcement cinematic for Shadowlands, where Sylvanas breaks the helm and opens the thing. So she says, Bolvar says that power will be your prison. And she says, this world is a prison and I'll set us all free.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as I hate her character and how like she's always like 2 steps ahead of like everything and she always gets away,
Yeah.
like the Joker. Like even the writers don't know like what's gonna happen. I feel like she's gonna end up being like a hero in some weird way.
You think she's gonna die? I think we see the end.
I think she's gonna die, but I think she's gonna it'll be for the greater good.
I see.
Because right now it seems like she's acting all for selfish reasons.
Right.
But I feel like maybe
there might be some redemption arc at the end or something that gets her.
Like, yeah.
I, for one,
like there's a good intention behind what she's doing.
I just want a little bit more information. Like, I don't need them to reveal everything. I just need to know that at the end of this, like the jailer was just one of like one badass out of like a billion badasses that are left to be found. Like, oh shit! Like, what did we just step in? Like, like now, which is kind of cool. I still don't know 100. Well, maybe you can tell. Do we understand Sylvanas' motivations towards the end of the storyline here, Michelle? A little bit more, or no?
No.
Okay, good to know. That's fine with me. I'm all right with that, as long as
because right now, what our job is
restoring the covenants,
right? Because we need them.
Yes.
To destroy or do whatever, undo what well, you can't really undo what she did.
Yeah.
But to fix the Shadowlands,
gotcha.
We need the covenants.
Yeah, man. What about you, Michelle? Any last bits before we wrap up here? Dude, Shadowlands is fun. Besides that,
yes, hit 60. I'm just kidding. Honestly, like if you don't have it, I would highly suggest you buy it and upgrade and do it now because it's awesome.
Holiday season, people. If you got time off of work anyway, might as well occupy it with some Shadowlands because it is a good use of time. For me, this is what I love most about World of Warcraft. It's kind of, new expansion, new content. It's like the Wild West to a certain degree before people start figuring stuff out, before people start complaining about everything. Mm-hmm. I have no complaints. I really don't. The only complaint I have is that I hate seeing like a quest mob or a rare spawn at 5% and I'm running toward it and all I have to do is just shoot my hammer at it. But before my hammer lands, the guy dies and I have to wait for it to respawn. That's what I hate. That's been happening to me a lot lately.
You're like so close and you're like,
because there's so many people questing that are going to the same spots and running into the same things that like, it's fun. But I also like the camaraderie when you take down a rare spawn that's like a lot tougher than you thought it was. And I'm just like by the skin of my teeth. And this happened to me last night. I was like, and then some mage came out of nowhere and saved my ass. And I was just like, thanks, man. I'm like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's happened.
That's fun. It's a fun thing, like that dynamic playing of those things, and I love that. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah. So speaking of, that's how I got my mounts, the 2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The Shimmer,
a random
Shimmer
Good Samaritan
Mist and
helped
a Wild Seed Cradle. A Good Samaritan from Vini Vici, I think is the
guild
or something like that. all I did was ask him like, oh, where do you find the items to gather for the cradle? And he's like, he invites me to his group, and then he's like, I'll run you through it. And I'm like, oh, well, that's awesome.
How nice was that? See,
That was
that?
really nice.
Community, people. When people come together and help each other out instead of yelling at each other, you actually end up having some fun.
Well, he did mention that he was bored because everyone else in his guild were still trying to hit 60.
Oh.
Did
you guys just bond, just talking shit about your respective guilds and how bunch of slackers that you're playing?
we were talking about how easy it is to get mounts, and that we suspect that they're actually gonna make it harder sometime soon.
Hey, shout out to all you good Samaritans out there. Be cool, people. Be nice to your fellow player because it's fun, man. It's way funner to play this game than when you're just sitting around bitching at each other. It's dumb. Yeah, dude. So let's wrap things up with that. I think this has been a heavy episode, all Shadowlands. Next week, I can commit to a more story-focused, possibly spoilery episode of Resubbed. In the meantime, send us your emails. We want to hear about your experiences and what do you like? What are you liking? Folks, listener, what are you loving about Shadowlands? There's a lot to talk about. So send us your emails to resubbedpodcast@gmail.com. Michelle, you are in the process of moving to a new home. How exciting is that? And you're going to be tricking it out to be very content creation friendly, correct?
Yes. So I purchased a new gaming desktop, and I did get a gaming chair. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But cool. I had to. I just wanted that whole feel.
No, that's fine.
So we are moving. Our house is basically going to be like influencer, YouTuber, video, just all around that kind of stuff. So pretty soon here, you're going to see a whole new setup.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to tell you this much. I'm exhausted mentally and physically, and I'm not happy about moving. So
moving will do that to you. And you're going to feel that way for a minute. But then once it's all set up, player.
I'm excited.
You're going to be in good spots.
Ooh, we're switching to AT&T too.
Oh, yeah. Good for you. Stupid. Yeah. If you didn't catch it on Serious Part-Time Gamers, my last episode, I went on quite the rant on Xfinity because they're implementing data caps, so screw them. But Michelle, you have been streaming more often too. I see you on a stream. Where can people find you on that Twitch?
It's still Michelle Vera 23. So I'm gonna change it eventually to Michelle True.
Yeah.
But currently, yes, Michelle Vera 23.
Awesome. And me. YouTube channel is gonna be all revamped, and you can find us on Serious Part-Time Gamers as well. Let's see, Hedge, you're on here every once so often. You should come on more. Often.
I know.
Dude, we got plenty to talk about. There's too much content for just two hosts to deal with. There's too many perspectives to go.
Oh, that's a question we should ask. Because there are so many different class abilities.
Yeah.
And there's only 3 of us, right? I mean, I can only level my other alts so fast. Like, I can't do them all.
Yeah.
Let us know what your class abilities are and if you like them. Like,
if you like them. Yeah, if you like them.
There are so many. So, yeah.
I there's 2 more that I haven't even touched yet on my protection paladin. But I'm telling you right now, freaking Bastion. Unless they can match
Bastion is sick.
Throwing a shield in everyone's freaking face at the same time.
Do you like the sound of it too? I love the sound of it.
Ding, 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 ding.
I love it.
It's like a pinball machine.
Every time I hit it,
you're
there's
winning.
Just that. Yeah.
I'm winning everything. Let's see. Myself, you can find me streaming more often. I'm at ramen_piledriver at Twitch. On twitch.tv, blah, 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 blah. You can find me also on Serious Part-Time Gamers and on Inside Cradle, wrestling focused podcast I host with my best friend Eric and my wife Ashley. We just talk about the weeks in wrestling. But other than that, I think it's time for us to sign off. I don't have a sign off. I have a sign off for Inside Cradle. I don't have one for Resubbed, and I'm trying to workshop one. It's been tough. So let's see.
You should use how about that?
How about that? Enjoy your time, man. How about that?
How about that? Why not that?
So from all of us here at Resubbed, enjoy your trips into Shadowlands. And if you're still deciding if you're on the fence, I don't know if I can commit to
do it.
Yeah, do it. You're not going to regret it. This is good times right now, and you want to jump in while it's still fun. So In the meantime, y'all have a great rest of your week. We'll catch you next week with another episode of Resubbed. But yeah, until then, have fun and be safe and be nice to your fellow Shadowland denizens. Okay?
Bye.
Okay, bye. Why not that?
Wow.